wheels curling and twisting like ghostly snakes in the lights along the highway. I look at my watch and see that it's nearly 2 a.m. I shiver, wondering what the hell I'm doing out here by myself without a jacket or umbrella on a chilly, rainy night. And then a car, my father's blue Cadillac, roars past me loud and fast, so fast the tires are smoking, like the tires on a cartoon car. It seems to lift off the ground, zoom, crashing through the guardrail and down the embankment, cartwheeling end over end in a crashing cacophony until it reaches the bottom and blooms into a savage flower of flame. I stand at the guardrail, shoulders hunched, hands in the pockets of my jeans. I'm staring down at the wreckage and thinking how sad it is that I can't cry for my dead father. And not just that I can't cry, but that I can't feel anything at all. There's a cold, hard chunk of ice in that place inside me where there ought to be grief and anger and pain. I stand there and watch the fire, watch the cops arrive, and the fire truck and the ambulance. Stand there until the night shadows fade and the gray dawn breaks over the Gulf of Mexico, and a tow truck comes to haul the burned wreckage away. All that while, that long, long while, I never cry, never shed a single tear. And then I wake, and my pillow is wet. Chapter 1. Nightshade is one of the many plants that belong to the Solanaceae. This plant family includes such edible plants as the tomato, potato, eggplant, and chili pepper, decorative plants such as the petunia, and toxic plants such as datura, Gibson weed, tobacco, henbane, mandrake, and deadly nightshade, also known as belladonna. At one time, when the entire nightshade family shared the bad reputation of its more toxic members, it was thought that eating an eggplant might drive you insane. This belief is reflected in the name Linnaeus gave to the eggplant, Solanum melangina. It is related to the Italian name melanzana, or mad apple.
"What's this?"
Brian asked suspiciously, pushing at his food with his fork. "Creole aubergine," I said. Cass gave me the recipe. She said it was really good.
"Eggplant,"
Brian said in his voice of doom. I sighed. The eggplant was disguised in a spicy Creole sauce, and I'd hoped to sneak it past him. "Did you know," I said brightly to McQuaid, "that it was Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, who introduced the eggplant to North America?" McQuaid frowned.
"Isn't he the one who's to blame for Brussels sprouts?"
"Barf," Brian said succinctly. I put on a stern face. "Eat it anyway. Eggplant has a ton of antioxidants. Helps to lower cholesterol, too."
"That means it's good for you,"
McQuaid translated, lifting a hefty forkful and smacking his lips to demonstrate how much he liked it. He winked at Jacqueline Keene, Brian's girlfriend, who was sitting across from Brian.
"Yeah, right,"
Brian said with heavy sarcasm. Jake, who's as smart and cooperative as she is cute, got the hint. "I think it's great, China," she enthused. "My mom never cooks eggplant."
"There's a reason for that,"
Brian said sotto voce. "Thank you, Jake." I ignored my stepson. At nearly 16, he's way too old to smack, which is something I've never done and wouldn't do in front of company, although Jake isn't exactly company. She and Brian went through a tough time together earlier in the year when they saw the Pecan Springs football coach shot to death. She's around so often that she almost qualifies as a member of the family. With a smile for her and a chastising glance at Brian, I added, "I'm glad you like it. It's more fun to cook for people who sincerely enjoy the food." "What's for dessert?"